Hello and welcome. Today is September the 14th and today we're going to be talking about Apple event of September 14th. On this 13 episodes, we're going to take a look at Apple's latest lineup of products as well as the upcoming iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro and its lineup of phones. Let's get started. My name is Casey.
And I'm KY.
And this is Initial Impact. Apple started off this year with a few shows premiering this fall on Apple TV+. Although it's not a usual sight, it's quite an unorthodox way for Apple to start off this year's event. First, Apple announced a new 9th generation iPad with an A13 Bionic chip. It also has a 12 megapixel ultra-wide front camera and it can support center stage. The new iPad starts at $329 with 64GB storage. You can order it today and it will be available on September 24th. Apple's excuse for not updating this year's design and form is because they want to make it compatible with last generation legacy accessories and first gen Apple Pencil. Next, what is not boring this time is the iPad mini. iPad mini was proudly announced by Apple with a brilliant new redesign. The redesign is finally similar to the design of the iPad Air or Pro with an all-screen design, narrow corners and rounded corners.
I think it looks really modern with the edge-to-edge screen.
Yes, the edge-to-edge screen. Coming with 4 different colors, it is similar to the iPad Air pastel design. Just like iPad Air, the Touch ID fingerprint sensor is on the top instead of in the bottom center of the screen. The charging port is finally USB-C and 5G speeds are coming to iPad mini. So, 12 megapixel ultra-wide front camera also is here. It supports Apple Center Stage technology and it is available in the iPad mini.
Because Apple want to roll out its iPad series to a wider audience because the pandemic.
Yes.
So teleconferencing is a must-have.
Yeah, indeed. It also supports the 2nd generation Apple Pencil, which can connect magnetically to the side of the tablet. This is found in all the Pro models and the Air models, but it's still coming to the iPad, and it finally comes to the iPad mini.
Okay.
Next up is the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch Series 6 has a brand new design overhaul and screen technology look. The Apple Watch now comes in a huge screen and curved edges. Although this is a podcast, I really do wish we can show you pictures right now. It is superb. The design is wrapped around and just very, very beautiful.
I think it's really becoming a really all-rounded fitness band for all.
Yes, it's so awesome and the design is it's incomprehensible.
Yeah,
it's very premium.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and the screen, the display border is only 1.7 millimeters, but the technology allows for a bigger display, yet barely any noticeable changes in dimension. It means that the size doesn't get very big, but the all-new border display and the wraparound screen allows it for a much larger viewing experience. Furthermore, with this large-scale display, the watchOS finally supports a full in-screen keyboard for typing and text.
And it also have a new fast-charging USB cable using USB-C.
Yeah.
But it still features the magnetic plate.
A round of applause to the Apple Watch Series 7 commercial. A weird monologue-inducing video, but I find that the presentation really brings out the Apple Watch. Production quality is top-notch as always.
And now to the main attraction.
Yes, the iPhone 13. On the surface aesthetic, the iPhone now supports a diagonal camera layout and a smaller notch. On the front, the Face ID fits into a notch which is 20% smaller. iPhones has been a joke for don't know when, quite a long time for this weird notch design, and finally it's getting smaller. Under the hood, the iPhone 13 comes with a bigger battery and more. As with last year, the entry iPhone 13 will come in 2 versions, the 6.1-inch regular model and a smaller 5.4-inch iPhone 13 mini. The screen is an OLED panel, although it's larger than last year's, while the sides are still aluminum sandwiched between the 2 slabs of glasses.
Of course, I think the battery upgrade is just something you need with brighter screens and more powerful processors.
Yes, speaking of processors, there is a more powerful processors. The A15 Bionic, which Apple say is faster and more power efficient than last year's A14 Bionic chip. It is still a 5nm chip and still a 6-core CPU, but with 2 new high-end performance and 4 new high-efficiency cores. But Apple says it's the fastest CPU in a smartphone.
Just like every time.
Yeah, every time they say that, they say up to 50% faster than the competition.
Yeah, it's like they have been saying that since the
I don't know, the
start.
first iPhone? Nah, I'm not sure about that. But 50% faster than the competition, although they don't explicitly say what competition they are dealing with. It also says that the graphics are up to 30% faster than its competitors, although once again it doesn't specify who is it comparing to.
Yeah.
The new iPhone 13 lineup will also offer much better battery life. The iPhone 13 mini will get 1.5 hours more battery life than the iPhone 12 mini, while the larger iPhone 13 should get up to 2.5 hours more battery life compared to the iPhone 12, thanks to bigger battery, better performance optimization on the A15 Bionic, and additional software improvements.
Apple decided to continue its mini lineup this year. I think the sales is not bad anyways from last year's.
Maybe
iPhone
they just
13
want a smaller phone.
Yeah, from the iPhone 12 mini.
The biggest change actually comes in the form of trickle-down camera technology from last year's iPhone 12 Pro Max. The base iPhone 13 has gotten the same superb camera that Apple debuted with its bigger smartphone in 2020, with a physical larger sensor for the wide camera that's 47% bigger than last year, allowing it to capture more light in darker environment with less noise. The wide sensor is a 12-megapixel lens with an f1.6 aperture, while the new 12-megapixel ultra-wide features a faster f2.4 lens and a 120-degree field of view. The iPhone 13 will also feature the sensor shift stabilization technology that Apple introduced last year on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which physically moves the wide sensor to reduce vibrations. The new cameras will also be getting the photographic profiles,
Yeah,
a feature
like
that Apple introduced.
Like Lightroom, just like Lightroom. Because a lot of people, even photographers, are using iPhones nowadays, and some might really just need this feature.
Yes, indeed. The new photographic profiles are similar to filters, but they are in real time and there are a lot of customization options available. Apple also introduced a new cinematic mode for videos that allows for a rack focus effect to change the focus during a video, which the company shows off in an amusing Knives Out style parody. When recording a video, cinematic mode will automatically transition focus for filming in real time, intelligently shifting focus when people enter the frame or glance away. You'll be able to manually change focus or lock focus on a particular subject or object for more precise control too. The front-facing camera will also feature cinematic mode support. Next up is the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max. Apple announced the higher end of the iPhone 13 lineup, the 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max. They got a faster A15 Bionic chip, 3 all-new cameras, and an improved display, yada yada yada. These are all the staple of the Pro lineup. However, there's something new. Always Apple try to trickle a bit of new stuff. The Super Retina XDR display on both the iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max has a variable refresh rate of between 10Hz and 120Hz. On Android phones, 120Hz has become a staple, yet iPhones are just coming this year. Yes, it's a bit weird that they are just coming this year, but in 2021, we must include this high refresh rate of technology in. The phones will be available in 4 colors: graphite, gold, silver, and a new light blue. Apple says the phone have an all-new 3-camera system. The wide camera should offer better low-light photography thanks to its bigger sensors. They also have 3x zoom, 6x optical zoom across the 3 cameras. All 3 cameras now have night mode, and sensor shift optical image stabilization is introduced on both models. On the software side, Apple has announced a new photo styles feature which looks like a traditional camera filter with an added dose of computational photography. Yeah, on the video side, the cinematic focus feature announced for the iPhone 13 will also be available on the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max. The 13 Pro will also be able to film 4K 30 FPS in ProRes.
Internally, both devices are using the all-new Apple A15 Bionic chip, which offers familiar CPU and GPU speed increase compared to last year. Apple also said the chip should be faster for machine learning tasks. Battery life has also been improved, while the 13 Pro lasting 1.5 hours longer than the 12 Pro, and the 13 Pro Max lasting 2.5 hours longer than the 12 Pro Max on the change. Storage options for the iPhone 13 Pro range from 128 gigabytes to 1 terabyte. Yeah, it's high.
The most storage Apple has ever offered on the phone is a bit huge, 1 terabyte is big, and the 128 gigabyte coming in October.
It's coming as October. You can pre-order at October, starting from October, and it starts on 5,299 in 128 gigabytes.
Okay. 5G performance has also been upgraded with support for more bands, which Apple say should provide better coverage, which is coming to many different countries this year. This is the third year Apple is splitting its flagship iPhone lineup into the regular and Pro devices. Last year, many reviewers noted that there hasn't been much of a difference between the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12. Yes, the iPhone 12 Pro has an extra telephoto camera, LiDAR sensor, more RAM, more storage. But its base design, processors, 5G capabilities, and OLED were all similar, if not identical, to the regular iPhone 12.
Yes, I'm sure about that. But the iPhone 12 Pro supports a 120Hz display, right?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It supports 120. Yeah, the iPhone 13 supports a much faster refresh rate this year with its ProMotion tech. So that's all for this week's episode 13 for the iPhone 13. Thanks for tuning in on this week's Initial Impact, bringing to you the latest impact on society and technology. Hope you learned something new to make an impact in the world. See you next week, same impactful time, same impactful content.